Getting those first 100 sales are critical in growing a successful print-on-demand business, but doing that feels very overwhelming and sometimes like you are never going to get there, especially if you're still struggling to make your first couple of sales. Now, in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you my foolproof strategy for getting those first 100 sales very fast. This is a 4-part kind of blueprint and plan that I am going to walk you through step by step. So by the end of this video, you should have a really clear idea of what you need to be doing to actually lay the foundation and set yourself up for success to make those first 100 sales very, very fast. Now, this is the plan that I have followed for my first 100 sales and continue to implement these strategies to grow my print-on-demand business every single month and year. So if you're feeling very discouraged because you keep making designs and things just aren't moving, or you're really excited about print-on-demand but don't even know where to start, this is definitely the video for you. So I'm not going to waste any more time and we're just going to jump right into this 4-part strategy. Now, the first part of the strategy is setting yourself up for success. A lot of times the work we do at the beginning and the choices we are making to actually start this business is going to impact us way down the road. So it's really important that we are making good choices and doing things the right way from the get-go. Now, one of the very first choices you're going to have to make that will impact how fast you are going to make those 100 sales is choosing the right platform to sell on. Now, there are tons of different print-on-demand marketplaces out there. I sell on a number of different ones, but they're not all created equally. There are some marketplaces that just generally have more traffic, you're going to get more sales, and you're going to make more profit if you sell on a site like these. Now, if you are really trying to make those first 100 sales fast, I am going to recommend you sell on one of 2 places. Now, the first one is going to potentially be a little bit trickier if you are not able to get on there, and that is Amazon Merch. Now, Amazon Merch is the print-on-demand platform owned by Amazon, and what I love is it is very, very simple to run. You don't have to do a lot of additional legwork to sell on there, but it is very exclusive, and nowadays it's very hard to get accepted on this platform. I have a full video here walking you through the application process, but even if you fill that out perfectly, it doesn't guarantee you're going to be able to get on Amazon. But the other marketplace that you definitely should be selling on, especially if you've tried your hand at Amazon, is selling on Etsy. And I truly think that on Etsy, a lot of times you're going to end up getting sales a lot faster. There is so much traffic on Etsy. You are going to get organic visitors to your shop all the time, so you're not going to have to rely on outside traffic. And now what you need to do if you are going to sell on Etsy is you have to pick a manufacturing partner who is going to actually be the one producing all your print-on-demand items. Now, the company I have worked with for a long time, you guys probably are familiar with, and that is Printify. And so Printify kind of acts as the middleman between you and actually selling to customers on Etsy. So they are the ones that have all the products like the sweatshirts, the t-shirts, the mugs, really anything you'd want to sell on print-on-demand. They are going to store those. They are going to make and print your orders every single time someone orders something from your Etsy shop. They are going to ship them. They're going to handle all that. So really all you're doing is creating the listings and putting those on Etsy, and Printify is taking care of the rest. So if you've never used them before, I'll have a link where you can create a free account to start selling on Etsy with Printify. But if you're really trying to get to those first 100 sales fast, I generally wouldn't be trying to mess with sites like Redbubble or TeePublic or Zazzle. Those are great in addition to these bigger sites, but they're really not going to help you scale and make sales fast like Amazon or Etsy will, because those places just have the traffic that's coming every single day, millions and millions of visitors. So we want to take advantage of that. Now, after you know where you're selling, you definitely want to spend some time thinking about what your core products are going to be. Now, this is where I see a lot of beginners getting really overwhelmed and doing too much, which is actually leading to them making less sales. So if you are selling with a production partner like Printify, or if you're selling on Amazon Merch, there are a ton of different products you can choose from. Now, you can't go too wrong. You can kind of do the classic print-on-demand products like sweatshirts, t-shirts, mugs, or you could try something a little bit more out of the box that might have some less competition. But what you need to do is really just pick 1 or 2 products that you're going to be focusing on while you're trying to get these first 100 sales. What I see a lot of new sellers doing is they are trying to make everything out there. So they'll have 5 t-shirts and they'll have 5 sweatshirts and they're going to have some tumblers and mugs and tote bags and journals. And so it's really hard for them to build enough volume that they're going to get sales. So I would recommend either sticking to 1 or 2 different product types and leaving it at that, because that's going to allow you to just focus on this milestone. Now, after you know what product type you're going to sell, you want to start thinking about the niches you are going to be selling in. Now, this is the biggest point where new sellers get tripped up and they are preventing themselves from finding success in making those first 100 sales. And that is by picking too broad of niches. So if you are trying to sell things like generic teacher designs or shirts for dog lovers or cat lovers or just generic holiday designs that say things like Merry Christmas, it's going to be really, really hard for you to actually scale your business because you're competing against thousands and thousands of other sellers with very similar products. Now, when you are thinking about the niches you want to sell in, you want to be getting as hyper specific as possible. So all those niches I mentioned previously, those are good because a lot of people are looking for them, but you need to find some way that you can stand out against the crowd. So say you wanted to create teacher designs. I wouldn't just go for a generic teacher. I might be a little bit more specific and target a Spanish teacher or a teacher who has a golden doodle or a teacher who loves to play tennis or pickleball. So what you really want to think about is how you can cross a couple different niches to make something a little bit more targeted and specific. Now, this is a whole strategy in itself, picking good niches and really niching down to where you're going to not have a lot of competition. And I have a full workshop going way into this. It is a free class that you can take just by signing up down below. So I highly recommend watching that and really giving yourself a good idea of what makes a good niche and how you can do this over and over again, because that is going to be vital in making sure you are going to get sales. If you have niches that are just too broad or nobody is looking for them, even if you have the best designs in the world, you're not going to be making sales. So niching is very, very important. Now, the next part of this strategy is building a solid foundation with your uploads. Once you've kind of identified where you're selling and what you're selling, this is the point in the process where you're going to start making designs. You're going to start actually uploading these products on either Amazon or Etsy. Now, the very first thing you want to do is set clear upload goals. Now, while we can't necessarily control how fast these first sales are going to come in, something we can control is how fast we are getting new uploads out. So the very, very first goal you should be trying to reach in your print-on-demand business is not even necessarily 100 sales, but it's getting your first 100 uploads out. Now, there's nothing truly magic about this number, but I've seen time and time again, things really start to change and click when people reach this milestone. First of all, it shows that they are dedicated enough to this process that they have had a product, they've created a design, they found a good niche, and they've uploaded it 100 times. So by the end of those 100 listings, they're getting really good at this and they're able to actually start making sales and identify what is going to do well. So in order to get your first 100 uploads, you're going to need some kind of daily rhythm. Now, what I suggest is picking a number of uploads that you know you can stick with every single day. Now, some people are really ambitious and they want to focus on a number that is closer to 10 uploads. That's actually what I did when I was first getting started, is every single day without fail, I wanted to get 10 new uploads out. Now, that really helped me to scale fast and start making sales very, very quickly. But if you know that's not going to be feasible for you, you want to set yourself up for success. So even if you are just committing to 2 uploads every single day, you want to pick a number and stick with it, because that is going to help you build momentum in your print-on-demand shop. So once you've picked your goal, you are going to continue finding niches. You are going to design a really good design to put on those products. And I have tons of tutorials on how to do that here if you're feeling stuck with design. And you're going to continue making uploads every single day. Now, once you've established that rhythm, the next part of this strategy is going to be analyzing and refining what you are doing. So once you've gotten going on the process and you have a decent amount of items in your print-on-demand shop, you should have a few sales here and there trickling in. Now, what you need to do to actually reach this 100 sale milestone is you have to be tracking what works. So you don't want to just throw designs up and then make sales and kind of forget about it. Anytime that you make a sale or you get more traction on certain listings, you're getting more likes, you're getting more views, you need to be taking note of that. What is the product type? What is the niche that you're selling in? What does the design look like? And you need to be doing more of what that thing is. So you are going to double down on any of the products you have that are winners. So if you make one sale on a dentist design for a beagle owner, you want to take note of that and you want to make 10, 20 more designs that are in similar niches that maybe have a similar style. Success is going to leave clues. So anytime I make a sale, I am going to try and own more and more of the space for that type of item. So I want to be uploading tons and tons of products in very similar niches. And that's going to be the strategy you are going to continue to do. Now, the next part of the strategy is where you are scaling to your first 100 sales and beyond. So you are going to continue to rinse and repeat this process. You're going to identify a good niche. You are going to continue to upload every single day, even after you reach your first 100 uploads, and then you're just going to move right along to getting your 200th upload, and you're going to just be taking notes constantly of what items are actually making sales. And this process kind of snowballs. At the beginning, it can feel very slow, where you're going days or weeks between sales, you're not getting as many views, but as you continue on in this process, the time between each sale is going to get shorter and shorter, especially if you're taking note of what types of items are actually selling and creating more and more of those kind of things and uploading those on your shop. And one of the most important things you can do is just stay consistent. Ultimately, the people that find success in print on demand aren't necessarily the ones who had immediate success. They found a trending design and it sold overnight. Most of the time, what I see is it's the sellers that consistently are uploading a couple products every single day, and they just do that over a long period of time. Their shops are the ones who grow consistently and eventually get that momentum where they're making daily sales. They're making thousands of dollars every single month. Now, the biggest mistake you can do is just giving up too soon before you hit your upload milestones or before you reach your first few sales or your first 100th sale. Pushing through those beginning stages are really what is going to set yourself up for success in the long run. So if you can really fight through the urge to just want to give up completely, it's going to be so powerful down the road. Now, if this all sounds good, but you're still really struggling trying to figure out how to actually make designs that people want to sell in this whole process, you're definitely not alone, and I highly recommend checking out this video next. But I just encourage you guys to keep at it, implement this strategy this year, and I think you will be shocked at how quickly you are going to get your first 100 sales. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.